my presentation is not really going to be that, what do I say? It's not going to be that structured. I'm here just to share some of my thoughts. Some of my thoughts about growing business. So I now titled it, Talent Shortage and Its Impact on SMEs. Let me tell you the truth. This is a very important topic for Nigeria now. Our children are leaving the country in droves, and it's so sad. Think about it. We haven't got the right leadership in Nigeria. For a medical doctor to become a consultant, I think the average age by which you can become a medical consultant is now 34. So that child starts schooling at the age of 5. And parents and Nigerian government keep spending money until 34, that's for 29 years. We have invested so much. By the age of 34 now, he becomes consultant. At the age of 35, he leaves Nigeria with the children. That is a great loss to the country. And ditto for every other profession. Nurses, engineers, lawyers, and as if that's not enough, recently now, Britain said that those who are even in teaching profession, they should come. They are not looking for your professors any longer now. They want the teachers that are teaching your primary school to come over. So if we are not very careful, Nigeria will be in a very serious problem. We're already in a problem now, but it can get worsened. So, and all the children generally, all of you are also talented. I wanted to type this thing yesterday. So I was just behind my computer and my daughter came around. I said, Enela, show me one or two things. He said, Daddy, Eddie, I'm typing. I went to the sitting room just to check on the progress of the football match. So I was there for about 10 minutes or whatever it is. Just came out. That was my career. When I was there, I was going to spend 3-4 hours doing. In less than 15 minutes, he has done it. So that is it. We cannot afford to continue losing our young ones because we are all talented. So what I want to talk about now is that I said we have talent shortage. I will tell you exactly what we were talking about, the talent shortage, and then its impact. Because it's one thing for you to set up a company, a business. It's another thing for you to have the right quality of staff. That's what we don't have now. My little baby, that's my second son, has a business. By the grace of God, is thriving. But the greatest problems he has is personnel. It is personnel. Number one, it takes time to train the staff, and when they are trained, it's either they leave or they go and do something else. So, how do we now take care of our talent? Okay, can we go to the next slide? So the first, we start by saying that what is expected of our talent? What is expected of them? I have a quote here. Those having touches will pass them on to others. That's what Plato said. Plato lived so many centuries before Christ. And he has said it. He said that those having touches will pass them on to others. That is, those who, like me, I'm over 70 now. So the question I have to ask myself is that, okay, I've had quite a lot of experience. I've done this, I've done that. But am I passing it on? That's the reason why I'm here today. Because I'm burdened by this statement. All that God has blessed me with, all the things that I have, am I just going to sit down at home and die off like that? I'm supposed to pass it on. I think, I don't know the Bible word for Queen's College. I think pass on the torch. That's it. That is, they are now telling their own students, you've left, please make sure that you come back to come and assist all these young ones in the school. So Plato has advised us, and we ask ourselves, are we doing that? those of us who are leaders, experienced men and women that have seen it all, are expected to pass on our touches. Have we been engaged in tutoring, that is real teaching? Are we passing it on? Are we passing it on? Now, I got another quote again. He said that the mediocre, another person said this, the mediocre teacher tells, not so. The good teacher what? He explains. The superior teacher demonstrates, but the great teacher inspires. You can see the different level of teachers. There are, when you go to our secondary school, our primary school, our universities, you find that most of our teachers are not inspiring. I don't know the reason why we are not inspiring ourselves. Is because we that are supposed to inspire you, we are not even satisfied with ourselves. For example, now, there one time ago, I went to Methodist Girls High School to go and see a cousin of mine who was a senior teacher there. So I was just trying to find out how she's doing and how she's working with the students. It's like, brother, me, am I being yellow one? All I want to do is that I want to get out of this country. I said, you, okay, what's going to happen to teachers, to the students in your class? Well, I do whatever I can do with them. But eventually, within 2 years after then, she left Nigeria. So that person cannot inspire. So the same thing, you go to a company like Unilever, you see a senior manager there, you think that he will be thinking of inspiring young ones to set up how to make soap, how to make toothpaste and so on. No, all he's thinking about is that he wants to live. So that is actually part of our problem. We have no teacher to inspire the youth. At best, what they do is that they tell stories, that is, they will read their notes and pass it on to the young ones, but they are not inspiring them. So how do we come about our talents? We have many talents. Every one of our youth, their potential talents. It's just for us to identify where they are good in. So, hands-on, knowledge will last a lifetime. That is, please, my appeal to you to build up a career is that you must try, whatever you are doing, try to understand everything you are doing from the basic principle. Don't just do it grudgingly. You come out, you are working in a cement company, you are in department of, let's say, logistics department. Try to understand it very well. If you are going to be there for 1 year, try to understand it. If you are going to be there for 2 years, same thing. There are some people, they will stay in the same organization for 20 years. They will learn nothing. So I'm saying that hands-on, learning from the first principle, that is, learn the basic things. That's because I'm talking about how you can become a talent. You see, some are born with it, but most of us, we don't need to be born with it. We learn it. For example, the next one, structured apprenticeship and mentoring, learning at master's feet. That is, wherever you find yourself, please work very hard to learn. I can tell you something. In Germany, and I think it's succeeded today. In Germany has the best engineering practice in the world. In Germany, you cannot be employed as an engineer until you are 28 years old. If you graduate at the age of 19, then you continue to do apprenticeship until you are 28. You cannot be given a formal letter of appointment in Germany until you are 28. So if you graduate at the age of 19, just continue working with masters. That is, by the time you are 28, I must tell you, you are already a master. And that's what they do in Germany, and that's why they are so good in craftsmanship. Because they learn from masters. Are there broad opportunities for skills development? Whenever you are working, you ask yourself, am I being developed? How do you acquire hard and soft skills? That is, when you are in an organization, please try to acquire as much as you can. Now, I put soft skills there because what happens generally is that there are some people who are so good in what they are doing that they refuse to acquire soft skills. Let's say you are an accountant. All you can do is just to be crunching out numbers and be generating reports of how reports on how the business can grow and start getting all their averages and so on. But that person might not learn how to relate to human beings. Whereas relating to human beings is part of it. Even being able to stand before people to deliver a lecture like this. Because if you cannot do that, then you cannot pass on what you know. So the soft skills are equally important. So the hard skills are very, very important. That's the one you went to school for. But the soft skills, please acquire them as well. Are you prepared to take on the 3D jobs, difficult, dirty, and dangerous jobs? That is, when you are working somewhere, are you ready to take on challenges? Some of us are not into that. Appreciation that technology is a robust enabler. Technology is just not enough. That's where I quarrel with maybe my grandchildren and some of these people. I said that, or the news in general. They are all very good messing around with these phones and so on. But I said that, but how does that translate into you becoming a good professional? Until I left Vitafoam as an executive, I was always having a problem with youth. I mean, our young engineers, our young HR people, and so on. I come to meetings and I ask them some fundamental basic questions. They cannot answer it. All they can do is to maybe prepare a PowerPoint presentation and all that. But how does that impact on your business? For example, let's say when I was still in service, I might just go to the factory floor and I see maybe one of the electrical engineers walking towards me. Mr. Shegun, by the way, what was the sales like yesterday? It was initially, when they got there, he would start looking at me. One day, why should I ask him? He's an engineer. I'm asking him, what are the sales figures of yesterday? I said, you know what? Why are we here? We're here for business. So it should interest you whether we made sales yesterday. I've just warned him, please, next time I come to the factory floor and I'll ask you. By the time I left the place, to the glory of God, even if I meet with the security man at the gate, what was it like yesterday? Okay, we loaded 10 lorries. It's speaking my language, even though it's doing the security work, but you should be interested how the business is going. Please show interest wherever you are. And at the same time, as I said, technology is not just enough. Many people do not know. Okay, for example, let me tell you for free. By the time I left, I realized that if you want to run a business, you are the CEO of an organization, those of you who have your businesses now, you know what should be at the forefront of the mind of the CEO and the senior executives are three things: the balance sheet, the P&L, and the third one. Who knows the third one? The cash flow. Those are the three things you need for business: balance sheet, P&L, and the cash flow statement. So I believe some of you have set up businesses. What I want to say is that, because I'm going to give a lecture in about 2 days' time, it's all about this. What I'm now emphasizing is that why are SMEs not doing well? Why do they fail? Because generally they refuse to produce those 3 documents. So if you don't produce those 3 documents, you know what will happen? You are running blind. Those 3 must be, for example, I always encourage people, set up a good accounting department. At the end of every month, produce those 3 documents. Because those 3 documents are what you are going to use to run the business the following month. If you don't have a balance sheet, how do you know the state of affairs of your company? How do you know? P&L, that's what's going to tell you whether you made profit last month or not. And cash flow. Cash flow, you see the point? You have to be looking at it. That's what tells you what you have in the bank. It's not suddenly, okay, we're supposed to pay salary next week, there's nothing in the bank. No, they're supposed to be monitoring what is in the bank so that, I hope you all know that cash is king. When it's time for salaries, you cannot tell your workers, I'm sorry. Because if you know that you're going to pay salaries next week, your expenses this week has to be moderated. It's not this week when you're going to pay salaries next week. It's not this week that you're going to pay for a new set of raw materials. If you want to, if you have integrity. So those three documents I appeal to you. Always make sure that you prepare them. And then knowledge on the go. What I mean by that is that please just every day acquire more and more knowledge. More and more knowledge. Whether direct or indirect. You never know. The information you get today, you don't know exactly how it will help you tomorrow. Please quickly go to the next one. Now, basically this, what do you need to be a talent? Ability to learn fast, quality delivery, concern for accuracy, creative enthusiasm for hard work. Please, I will appeal to you. You have to be very accurate in your delivery, in your data. Because when you go to many organizations, the integrity of their data is always a suspect. And once your data, the quality of your data is not right, then you'll be redirected. Let's say they prepare the cash flow for you. And the cash flow says that as of Friday, you have 2.1 million naira in the bank. And you are going to pay at the end of this week. You are going to pay salary at the end of this week. And your wage bill is 1.8. Then when you see it as 2.1, okay, that means that this coming week, I mean I don't spend money, so I can pay their salary. But if now on Friday, now I check to the bank, please pay salaries of my workers 1.8 million naira. Then the bank can now force you that. Are you asking for overdraft? Say no. My statement here said that I have 2.1 with you. They say, sorry, you are wrong. We have 200,000. You see, these are the things, these are the ways. So that means the integrity of the information you are giving has to be right. So, digital proficiency, you have to be very good. Analytical skills, introduction, overall comfort with numbers. You have to be very comfortable with numbers. That's what it's all about. Communication and presentation skills, use of proprietary templates, embrace technology as an enabler. Yes, I say I belong to the old school. I don't understand all this technology. But in your own age, for you to survive, you must be proficient in it. So it will help you. So we've done all that. So now let's quickly go to our reality. So now you are a talent. You have your skill. You know what to do. So why is it that our talents are now leaving the country? That's the cause of the matter. Why is it that you are good, you are capable, but you are not leaving the country? Is it because you've lost your mind? Is it because you are foolish? No. It is simply because you feel rejected. All the people that are going to, take for example, you say you are going to Canada. Anybody that tells me he's going to Canada, I weep inside me for that person. Until recently, human beings don't live in Canada now. What's the population of Canada? Canada is in land area, it's the biggest country in the world. Till today, the population of Canada is not more than 30 million. It's not supposed to, human beings are not supposed to live there. It's totally uninhabitable. But now, a Nigerian leave this country to go to Canada, to where human beings are not supposed to live. Because after the temperature dropped to -50, I think you are living there. And then they tell you that all you have to do is to dress well. Dress well. Well, that means that you have no choice. But that is not supposed to be your first choice. How can you go and live in Canada? So you cannot see why our children are suffering. They are going to Canada because Nigeria has neglected them, or rejected them. Look at, weak and unpredictable that when the economy is not good, so you have to run out, you have to run away. When they manage institutions are not well managed. You cannot even apply to them because there will be no interview. They are bringing in their own people or whatever it is. So lack of vision, and that's our leadership. They have no vision, uncertain future. That is exactly why people are leaving. They are talented. They've been trained. They have become, consultants as doctors. They are ready to work. They are talents. But they leave Nigeria because the future is uncertain. What about your children? Is there activity to plight of struggling masses? Our leaders are not sensitive. I've been said this one to tell you the reason why talents are now leaving. Insecurity. You want to travel from here to Ekiti. You don't know how many hours it will take you. You don't even know whether you will get there. Decline social values of soft skills, corruption of baggages, failures of leadership, all this. And finally, there is death of mentors. That is, there are no people to even help them. Nobody wants to listen to them. The person you think to mentor you is thinking of leaving too. Maybe you've heard of professors leaving Nigeria. Ọ̀gá kílẹ̀ wá ṣe ń báyìí. Àwọn náà ti jápa náà nìyẹn. So that is not the best for us. Okay, can you do this? Financial insecurity too. You graduated 10 years ago. You are not sure of an income of 100,000 naira a month. You are married with 3 children. Now, how are you going to feed your family on that? And you want to have a car? You want to rent a house on this 100,000? So that you are financially depressed. So you have to leave. Do you want to be an employee or an entrepreneur? You see, some people cannot even decide what they want. But most of the time, most people, 90% of people want to be employees. That's a fact of life. Very few people want to work for themselves. All they can think about, how do I become MD of UBA? How do I become a director in Shell? Yes, but how many directors are in Shell? So some people, they will play around with this for so many years and they will lose ground. They are still trusting God. They are still fasting at the age of 45 that they will get a job in Shell. And the very moment that Shell now brings out an advert, maximum age of 25, but it's still trusting God. So when you now get forfeited and everything has failed, then he says he's leaving Nigeria to go and do what? Poor work environments, yes. For example, here we are in this place now. One of the things I will credit 8thGear for is that I've always liked their work environment. That is a good thing. That you care for where your workers work. You want your worker to feel dignified. You don't want your worker to be embarrassed. Let's say a friend of one of the workers of 8thGear is coming to Ikeja and say, Dami, I want to stop by to see you. No, I won't be around. You won't be around just because your work environment is not conducive. At the same time too, when the work environment is not conducive, the quality and standard of what you do will drop. Now, real internship and student exchange program. Yeah, that's another thing that is so sad. When I was a student in Ife, I was a beneficiary of internship. I think we used to call it IT, industrial training. But that's not there any longer. This is one of the reasons why our talents are not being developed. There should be internship positions all around, all over the country. This is one of the things that government is supposed to be encouraged to do. But how for do? So let me quickly try to conclude, because I've tried. Let me see. Even I've exceeded my time by 2 minutes already. So how do I conclude? Giving up on your dream should not be an option. Please, if you're a talent, be confident in yourself. And I will encourage you, I'm a believer, I will encourage you to stay close to God too. Because there are some times in life, negative things just keep happening to some people. Then you start wondering. But if you believe there is God up there that is looking after you, you will not give up. But many people, when people commit suicide, it's because they've given up. I would not want anybody to leave Nigeria because we've given up. If you have a very good posting or a very good offer from US, yeah, please go. But if it's out of order you are leaving Nigeria, your chances of making it in life is very, very slim. Because you are leaving out of condition. Foundation. So this question of giving up, please have your dream, continue working hard at it, pray to God. I'm telling you, something will happen. Ability may get you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there. There are some of our talents. They are given opportunities. They will just blow it. Too many Nigerians that happen to do especially youth, they are given opportunities. They are very clever, they are very intelligent, they are very brilliant, but because of poor character, they will lose their direction and they will be a failure. Please make sure that doesn't happen to you. Be humble. Be sympathetic. Be an encourager. Make yourself a mentor and share it. And that's one thing I like about Americans. Americans are always telling stories. Meet a senator in America along the street. Within a few minutes, he will tell a story. Because number one, he wants to encourage you that if I can make it, you too can make it. Number one, and also he wants you to calm down. You are on the upswing. Yes, you are on the upswing. Better make sure that you keep your head so that you do not lose your values. Now, thinking is the hardest work there is, which is the reason why few engage in it. And the fourth, the great industrialist, he said the reason, as far as he was concerned, he believed that most people do not do well in life because they don't think. He said that what does it mean? It's not saying that you must be a first-class brain, but you must think. That's why I told you that those three things, please produce them. Balance sheet, P&L, cash flow. Maybe over the weekend, just spread them on your bed. Look at it. Look at those figures. That's the process of thinking. And then you have a strategy. Okay, this is what I'm going to do next month. Okay, I've seen this month is very bad. How am I going to correct that? How am I going to correct that? That's the thinking. That's what Henry Ford was telling you. And now, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. You have to work hard. Please. Success just doesn't happen by fiat. It's not magic. You have to work hard. Failure cannot cope with persistence. If you are persistent, you refuse to give up, you will succeed. But most times, for the last 3 years, I've worked so hard, I've not achieved anything. Then you give up. Maybe you are giving up at the point of your breakthrough. So what that statement is saying is that if you are persistent, you keep working hard, you have a good mind, and you know, even in your religion too, you work hard at it, you pray hard. I'm telling you, failure will be a thing, will run away. That's one thing that failure doesn't like. Failure doesn't like persistence. Please. And finally, godliness with contentment is great gain. Some of us are jackpotting because we are not contented. I've met bank managers that are salary of 20 million plus. Salary, I'm not talking about package. They said they are going because they are not contented. He said they found that, and yes, with my position, I should be able to send my child to Imperial College. Why should your child go to Imperial College? Yes, your child is going to go to Imperial College, that salary will not do it. Undergraduate school fees now in Imperial College in UK is over £20,000. £20,000 for for school fees, for for maintenance, £15,000, that's 35, and then pocket money or whatever it is, that's another 10, £45,000 for one child. And because of that, now you are not living in Nigeria. And when you now get to Britain, then you now realize that you cannot get 45,000. So your child is still not going to go to Imperial College. Why can't your child go to LASU? You see, the point is this. You know, okay, just by way of conclusion, when I was leaving Vitafood, I left just about a month ago. The three most promising managers in Vitafood today, two of them went to Ladoke Akintola. The best manager in the whole company is one of them. He went to Ladoke Akintola. The third one went to Unilag. So what am I trying to say? I am trying to say at the end of the day, it's not easy. We should, especially mothers, have aspiration for your children. But please be very, very careful and realistic. All those that went to Oxford, where are they today? Are they the one living in Nigeria? The other day, the new Vice Chancellor of University of Lagos, a woman, doctor. They read a citation. I could not believe it. All our education is in Nigeria. She's not the Vice Chancellor of University of Lagos. But going to University of Lagos, you have people who went to MIT, you have those who went to Cambridge, and those who went to Stanford. But it surprised all of them at the end of the day. So all I'm just trying to say that, please, he said, godliness with contentment is great good. Be contented. So just continue working hard, pray hard. You are working hard because failure does not like persistence. If you give up, then you'll be a success. God bless you all.